Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought we could do a good old-fashioned makeup haul. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As many of you know, I have an online beauty consulting service, and this is where you and I chat about your beauty concerns. Whether it's makeup or skincare related, it's really up to you and whatever concerns you might have. The benefit of using my service versus going to a store is I don't work for any brand in particular. So if you're looking for advice about certain products, I will just give you my most informed and unbiased opinion and help you navigate the world of cosmetics because it can be quite overwhelming. So if you want to make an appointment, click the link in the description box down below. Okay, so I thought we could do a haul because I've just been online shopping recently. I've bought some new releases, but as many of you know, I've been shopping the more permanent collections from brands because it's kind of nice to just kind of leisurely shop collections instead of rushing to get the new releases. So I did get a few new items here from Chanel. How shocking, I know. The first thing I got here is a new blush, well, new to me, and this is the blush called Pink Explosion, and it is the most beautiful bright pink blush here. It's very cool toned. There's a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's not like a chunky glitter. It's more just like a beautiful illuminating blush. I am in fact wearing this blush today with a highlighter over top, but it's just this beautiful pink flush. This is absolutely not new to the collection, but it's new to my collection, and I was just itching for a new beautiful bright pink blush. I think it's really lovely for spring makeup looks. Next up here we have Tissé Cambon, which is this beautiful eyeshadow palette. I love the mixture of purple and pink and lilac. To me, this is exactly what I look for when I'm looking for an eyeshadow palette. Again, this is not new in the Chanel collection. It's new to me, and I bought this recently and I will be using it on my channel very shortly. So if you want to see this palette here in use, I definitely recommend subscribing to my channel and also hit that notification bell so you can get a notification when I post a new video. The whole Tissé collection is definitely a little bit older. This predates the new Les Quatre Ombres formula, but it's quite nice. These ones here tend to be more satiny, a little bit more shimmery, and there's still a few colors available in this formula on the website. And I just wanted to pick this up because, as I mentioned, this sort of color scheme, this color story, to me really screams a spring collection. And as many of you know, here in Canada, we didn't get the spring eyeshadows from Chanel this season. Although for me, the eyeshadows that I saw from Chanel for the spring release didn't scream spring to me. They almost look more like fall eyeshadows. So I was very happy to pick up this palette here, especially because you never know when items are going to be discontinued or not available on the site. So I was like, okay, I've been eyeing this for quite some time to add it to my cart and actually finish the transaction. Okay, speaking of not necessarily new from Chanel, but new to me, this is one of the lip liners. These came out last year. It's the new formula from last spring, and this is the shade Beige Naturel. This really is like your lips, but better. It really matches my natural lip color. It's kind of nice to just have a very nudie lip liner. I have other nudie lip liners, but are more pink or more like darker in a way. So it's really just nice to have one that's really plain and you can just fill in your lips and then put on lipstick, lip gloss, and just have a pout that lasts for several hours. I really love the new formula for these lip liners. Do you remember the old formula for the Chanel lip liners? They were so dry. Like after a few months, they were rock hard. But I have some here from last year that I bought when the launch first started, and they're still just as creamy, just as hydrating a year after first using them. So the new formula is amazing. Okay, also up from Chanel, I got a new lip balm. So this is part of like the Les Beige lip balm, and they have a new color out on the website. This one is called Warm, and this one definitely gives off a very orange hue. When you wear it, you actually get quite a bit of pigment. I thought that these would be like a sheer little wash of color. Absolutely not. These are very intense. It's like a very, very pigmented lip balm, and they're really nice. They're hydrating, but honestly, I'm just blown away with how much coverage you get from this. Let me know if you have any of the other colors. I believe there are 3 other shades to choose from, but the warm shade is the newest to the collection. And then a new item, this is brand new to Chanel. These are the Rouge Allure Laque, and this is the shade number 64 Exigence. Now, I really wasn't sure what to think of these at first because I thought that these were going to be like a sticky lip gloss lacquer, but they're really a liquid lipstick. That's really what these are. And this shade is nice because it's kind of that nudie pink, kind of like a natural pink, you know, with mask wearing these days. It can be nice to go with something a little bit more natural so you don't have like a Joker finish by the end of the day. I think this is a really good multi-use lip product. You can get several different finishes and color payoffs depending on how you wear it. You can go in and just go with a really opaque finish and have the same lip color. You can sheer it out for a stain. You can add a lip liner. You can add a gloss. You can really play it up and just make it your own. So I actually quite like this one. Now from Dior, this is the foundation that I'm wearing today. I just talked about this on my channel. This is the Dior Forever Perfect Cushion Foundation. I have the shade 2 Natural. So the Forever Perfect Cushion Foundation is not new. This exists in the world of Dior, but every year or so they come out with a new limited edition compact, and that is why I bought this one here. I saw this gold Dior Mania logo. The top here is a soft cushion. You can see it looks like a Dior cushion here with a gold logo. Just the whole thing made me go, okay, I need to buy this. The finish of this foundation is a soft, luminous matte. Normally a matte foundation I avoid like the plague. This one here is beautiful. It's natural. It's long wearing. It's really magnificent. I totally love it. The only flaw is that the shade range is abysmal. The 2N is the darkest available for this limited edition compact, which is outrageous. But if you can find your shade, I think there are more shades available with the refills. I also went ahead and bought myself a refill online just in case a girl needs a backup. But I just think that this foundation is beautiful. The finish is outstanding, so beautiful, luminous and matte, long wearing, and the compact is a jewel. It looks like a gem to keep on your vanity and to put in some very strategically placed photos on Instagram. It's absolutely stunning. So when I bought my Dior compact, I ordered it from Harrods, the London-based department store, and there was a pretty big shipping fee. So in order to make it worthwhile, I added a few items to make it worthwhile. And I went with nail polish, of course. I love a good nail polish. The first one that I got is from Dior as well. This is the shade number 661 Bonheur. This is the prettiest bubblegum pink, super feminine, girly, springtime, floral, fun. I wore this for over a week, I would say at least 7 or 8 days, and it wore beautifully. I changed it because my nails were growing out and the color was like starting to look weird because my nails were growing out. This is so long wearing. Dior nail polishes are so underrated. I honestly think they often last longer than the Chanel ones. Something about the formula is really magical. And also the applicator brush is really thick and wide, so you actually end up doing your nails faster because the application is easier. Bonheur has been out for some time, and I think a lot of luxury nail polish lovers know about this color, but if you are new to the world of luxury nail polish or Dior nail polish is totally underrated, and this shade here I think is also very underrated. Now, the second item that I got is a nail polish from Dolce&Gabbana, and this is the shade that I'm wearing today. This is the shade called Scarlett. So as you can see, this is a beautiful classic red. What else is there to say? Just like a beautiful signature red. However, when I was on the Harrods website, the photo that was shown for Scarlett was this hot bubblegum pink. It looked close to Bonheur, but more neon, brighter maybe. Anyway, when I got this here, I was very confused, but it says Scarlett, so I think there was a problem maybe with the Harrods website, because in hindsight, the word scarlet is often used to describe reds more than like hot flaming pinks. But anyway, I was very confused and a bit disappointed. I honestly have no idea what color that is. I would love to know what the name of that color is because I would buy that as well. So this has only been 2 days here of wear. So far so good. I mean, I would expect it to be still immaculate after 2 days. That would be ridiculous if it was already chipping and flying away. But I can give you guys an update in about a week or so. And moving on to some Chantecaille. This is what I'm wearing today on my eyes, this beautiful butterfly quartet. The packaging is absolutely stunning. So this is their new butterfly spring release. Here we have a quartet of these beautiful luminous satin finish colors. They are supposed to be reminiscent of shades found on a butterfly's wings. There are no matte shades in the palette here. They're either like a soft satin, or the top up here is this beautiful like triple pearlescent, triple chrome green shift. I absolutely love this palette here. The formula is very reminiscent to the Hummingbird palette that came out last year. I understand that this is maybe not a palette for everyone. Some of the colors are pretty light. Like for me, the standout color is the green color. If I could find it in a single, I definitely would get it. But I really just enjoy the entire packaging. I love the palette. I think the colors mix really well together. Today I mixed this top color here just really quickly as a wash of color. I put the green one on the lid and I put a little bit of this dark purple. It's not like that dark, it's like a medium purple. I put it in the crease here, but I just love the mixture of purple and green together. I think it's a combination we don't often see. I'm just a really big fan of this collection here. And then, of course, they have some new lip cheeks available as well. So I have the shade here called Peach Blossom, which is a nice peach color, but on me turns a little bit cool toned. So what I did today is I used my Chanel lip liner. I filled them in and then I went in with this lip cheek over top. The Lip Chic formula is just this super creamy and hydrating lipstick with pigment as well. I think there are 2 other colors to choose from. I forget what they're called, but if you like the Lip Chic formula, you're going to love these new colors here. I just think that the packaging is really lovely. This light green color makes me think of spring, even though, as I mentioned, it's the middle of February, freezing cold, tons of snow. This green color makes me think of like grass growing, blossoms on trees, you know, life, spring, summer. So I think it's very evocative of the season it's from. Okay, next up is some fragrance. So as you all know, it's kind of tricky to try out new perfumes at the time. And I don't know how, but I recently discovered this new luxury niche perfume company called Viktoria Minya. And she is from Hungary, I believe, but she lives in Paris and she did her perfume training in Paris and she has her boutique there. And online you can buy samples of her fragrances. So I went ahead and did that. I bought these samples last week. I have been trying them out. I got a sample pack of 5 samples. And each sample here comes with a tag with the fragrance name. Now, the problem is, I like every single one of these 5 perfumes. I was like, okay, I'll try a sample of 5. Hopefully I like at least one. The problem is I like all 5 of them. So the first one here is Hedonist. I think this is like her namesake fragrance. Hedonist is this decadent gourmand fragrance. It makes me think rum, maybe like blackcurrant, plums, figs. It's very sweet. It's a bit floral as well. Maybe like a hint of powder, like a very soft powdery finish, but you get this like rummy tobacco notes. It's really lovely. It's so decadent and so up my alley. There's a little bit of vanilla, not too much, but it's still there. There's peach as well. You get lots of like these very sweet stone fruits like peach, plum, but it's like, yeah, it's really nice. It reminds me of Kilian Angel's Share. Like if you like that type of fragrance, you would love this Hedonist fragrance. And then we have Hedonist Rose, which I am shocked by how much I love this. This is very floral. You definitely get lots of florals. I think it's like Bulgarian roses. I could be wrong. But you also get like white wine, maybe? It's sweet. I think it's a little bit less gourmand than the classic Hedonist, but the rose one has more florals. It has a little bit of powder as well. Maybe a little bit of lemon. I think it's a little bit lighter. Somehow the rose doesn't like bog it down and make it heavy. It's still fresh and floral with lots of rose and a bit of lemon. It reminds me a little bit of Parfum de Marly d'Elina. If you like that type of perfume, you'd like this one. Or even the Chantecaille Derby Rose. It's kind of in that vein. And then we have Hedonist Iris. I think this is maybe the softer one. You definitely get lots of iris. It's a white floral. I think there's more powder, like the powdery notes are a bit more at the top. This one's a bit more woody, a bit more musky. It's definitely the more subtle one. It's more of that white floral, kind of more mysterious scent. I think this one's more of like an office perfume. It's not so like overpowering and like, hello, everyone look at me kind of fragrance. But it's really lovely either way. And then we have Hedonist Cassis. This one is very fruity and also very citrusy, but not like a green citrusy. You get lemon, you get cassis, you also get rhubarb. This one also kind of reminds me of Parfum de Marly d'Elina, but yeah, it's kind of in that vein. I think d'Elina is more grapefruit, bubbly, sparkly. This does have that, but it's really nice as well. It's also sweet, but it's more fresh. It's not a gourmand like the first couple of ones. This is just like a sweet, light, and fresh perfume. This could also be like an office daytime fragrance as well. It's so nice. And then the last one here is called Eau d'Angry. And this one here is sweet as well. It's a gourmand, but it's not quite as heavy. It reminds me of honey, like a sweet, syrupy honey. There's definitely some tonka bean in here. This one reminds me of Dior Addict Eau de Parfum. That's what it makes me think of. It has like vanilla, a little hint of powder, but this one here you get more of that honey scent. You know when you eat like a natural honey, that really intense flavor, this is the scent you get. And you also get some jasmine and white florals. And I think this one has maybe a little bit of citrusy lemon as well, but it's a very sweet, decadent fragrance. I love all 5 of these. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy the travel size kit now because this was the sample kit. So I think I'll go ahead and just buy the travel size of each one because I can't really decide which one is my favorite. So if I buy the travel size one, whichever one I use up first will be my favorite. That makes sense. I always appreciate a perfume company that sells their samples because it's so tricky to figure out what you like, especially from a brand you've never tried before. Like, how would you guess what you want? And this company is based in Paris, and so I didn't want to buy something and then not like it, you know? I don't want to just go ahead and spend $200 or $300 on a perfume and maybe like it or maybe hate it. That's not really my style. This was such a beautiful discovery, and I'm just so happy that I did. And I'm also glad I didn't run out of real estate as I was swatching these perfumes with you. Okay, so last item here is something that I received in PR, and this is from Merit Beauty. This is this little kit here. So if you make your first purchase from them, you get this little travel bag. This is essentially their version of a makeup kit, but there's no like buttons or zippers. So in theory, you can turn it inside out and you can just throw it in the wash. If you spill or something breaks, you know, it happens. We've all been there. So in the kit here, they went ahead and sent me their entire collection. This is a new brand that's launching. I believe it's at Sephora as we speak. The entire like ethos or aesthetic of the company is very like clean, natural, minimalistic, minimal makeup. The entire aesthetic of the brand makes me think of Westman Atelier, that sort of like cool girl, very natural makeup look. I've been using their items now for a couple of weeks, so I thought I would share with you what stands out and what I think is worth getting or maybe worth skipping depending depending on what you have at home. So the first item here is their Complexion Stick. This can be used as foundation or concealer. Again, it's very like minimal your skin, but better. So I have the shade here called Ochre. Personally speaking, I like this much more as a foundation. I find that as a concealer, it creases on me. You guys know my favorite is the Clé de Peau concealer. I think that's probably the best one on the market. So for me, I think this is best used as a foundation. I think it gives a pretty light to medium coverage. It is a stick foundation. I also don't find it to be drying. I don't know what happened. So I used this several times and something happened the first time that I tried it. I don't know if my skin was extra dry, if I didn't exfoliate, but the first time I tried this, I saw dry patches everywhere. And then after that, I used it again for like a week and did not see a dry patch ever again. I wanted to continue using it just to make sure. And as a reference, I have dehydrated skin, which means my skin lacks water, not oil. One thing that I found also is at the end of the day, like on my forehead, there was a little bit of shine. I think when you first apply it and you blend it out, there's also a foundation brush here, which I really like. I think it's just a really good buffing brush just to blend out your foundation. It's a really nice brush. It's really soft and it just does the job really nicely. But when you first apply the foundation, it's like a nice, I guess like natural matte. It's not matte as in like drying, sucking out the moisture from your skin, but it's also not too luminous as well. It's a very natural finish. And then we have their highlighting stick here. So this is, yeah, their highlighting balm. And I have the shade called Cava. Now, calling this a balm is very accurate. It feels very slick and very wet. As you can see, it really gives you that sort of like glass skin effect, which I know is super popular. What I did is I also used this as a primer. So I applied this before applying the foundation just to see if it would make the foundation a little bit more luminous, because it is a nice shiny highlighter, but the thing is, it doesn't really dry down that much. Like you kind of still have that balm-like effect on your cheeks. At least I noticed that. I have a lot of like baby hairs and sometimes they like to join in on the party. So I just was like wary of that. I kind of like, yeah, you could still feel a little bit of that sticky balm texture throughout the day. Next up, we have a cheek color. This is the Terracotta cheek color. And this texture here reminds me so much of the highlighting balm. It feels very wet, very slick on the cheeks. I don't know if I maybe ordered the wrong color, because terracotta is nice. Like it's a nice flush initially, but I don't find that it lasts throughout the day. For some reason, I find that this is a blush that I have to reapply quite often. It just doesn't stay put, which is strange because oftentimes with cream blushes, I find that they last longer. I don't know if I'm just not fair enough, if my skin tone is too dark to pull off this color here, because I think this was technically one of the lighter blushes. They have other colors to choose from, so it could just be that. So the blush I'm not really wowed by, but it could also just be that this is supposed to be like very, very natural, like no makeup look. That's the whole look. So it could just be that as well. And then we have the Perfect Black Lengthening Mascara, which is in fact what I'm wearing today. So this is a really good mascara. I like the wand. It's a little bit thicker. It really gets in all the lashes and you really get a nice lengthening and also a little bit of volume as well. It's just like a really good workhorse mascara. Like sometimes you just want a mascara to be super black, lengthen, a little bit of volume, give you that kind of like false lash effect, which is nice because I wasn't sure where the mascara would land in the no makeup look. Like for me, it doesn't matter if I'm having like a very natural makeup day, my mascara had better look like I'm wearing mascara, you know? I'm not really a believer in the no makeup eyelash look. I need length and volume and drama. And then we also have a volumizing pomade for the brows. So this was in the shade Black Brown. And as you can see, the wand is really nice and small. When it comes to brow pomades, brow gels, what have you, I need a wand that's super tiny to get all the hairs in place and lock them down for the day. This is really nice. I find that this was almost, I don't think it's waterproof, but I walked out in the snow, there was some snow blustering in my face, and my eyebrows did not move or budge. So this is a really good product. It's a brow pomade, so it's like a gel, but there's definitely color in here, and there's other colors to choose from. I went for something pretty dark because I have pretty dark features, but if you have lighter hair, lighter skin tone, you can definitely find something for you. I just find this is really good. I fill in my brows first, and then I go in with this to just sort of like set it in place, and it kind of acted as a brow gel as well. Okay, and next up we have a tinted lip oil. At first I thought this was a gloss. No, it's a lip oil, and I have the shade Au Naturel. Now this feels really slick. I have lip oils from Dior which are much thicker and glossier. This I think is the more traditional lip oil that's really slick, and it feels like a very thin lip gloss. It isn't sticky at all. It's really slick, and the shade is really nice. Au Naturel I think for me is like the Your Lips but much better, and it's nice that it's a lip oil, so it feels like really nice and nourishing for these colder winter months. There is pigment in here, but since it's more of a slick lip oil, I find that the color fades away pretty quickly. I think if you're going to wear this, I would fill it in with a lip liner and then put the lip oil over top. So as a roundup, the standout items for me would be the foundation with the brush, the mascara, the lip oil with a lip liner, and then the eyebrow filler. I think these are good items. I would definitely repurchase them, and I do recommend them. For me, I think the Balm highlighter, it's just the texture that I'm not a huge fan of. I feel like it doesn't really dry down on me. And for me, the cheek color didn't last long enough. So these are items that just aren't really for me. You know what? Let me just go ahead and add the lip oil. So as you can see, it's very natural, Your Lips but better. I did have makeup on beforehand, but as you can see, it didn't really change a whole lot. I know that this brand is brand new on the market, so I hope that these swatches and this little mini review helped you out. Let me know if you want to see a live demonstration. I could do a live maybe this weekend of just like trying out this like no makeup look. Alright guys, I think this is it for today's video. I hope you had some fun. Hope you made some new discoveries. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this haul. Have you tried any of these products? Are they new to you? Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you want to see a live video trying on the Merit beauty products this weekend. And if so, let me know what time zone works best for you, because I'm in Eastern Standard Time, and I often do my live videos, like I've only done one so far, but if I do them, it's usually around like noon on the weekend. But let me know what would actually work best for you. If you guys are new to my channel, I talk about nothing but luxury beauty, and whenever I get a new collection, I like to create multiple different looks for you guys. So if you are looking for someone to help you with tutorials and show you how to use up all of your makeup at home, I highly recommend you subscribe to my channel. Okay guys, I think this is all I have for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!